Well, finally, after paying for it on the 2nd of November, and it's now the 24th, it's arrived. The bloke messaged me middle of the week saying he'd posted it. No apology for waiting 3 weeks, no fabricated excuse, no genuine excuse. Just I posted it today for you. In response to my where the F is it after 3 weeks. No, I didn't actually say that, but I was thinking that. Just seems completely odd when they send you a private offer to encourage you to purchase an item, and this is it. 8 pieces of laser cut paving slabs, or sidewalks for the Americans. They didn't give me the runaround, they just you know, didn't bother. It seems a bloody odd business model. I've had stuff off him before. He makes quite good products, not many of them. He hasn't really put any more increase into the range, probably just as well, because he doesn't seem like he can really be bothered to make them. Clearly he didn't have it on the shelf to post the next day. I mean, we didn't even have anything on the advert to say, oh, I work all week so I can only post Saturdays. It was, you know, product description, fairly brief, and that's it. But it seems to be a bit of a theme looking at the feedback for quite some time. But, you know, either you want to have a successful side hustle or you don't. Services. Good service is the key to successful business no matter what you do. So, yeah, let's hope I don't need a lot of sidewalk, because I shan't be buying any more from him. Well, I've just been out today for the family Christmas meal and came back. A couple of parcels, one some matting, another small one here, and I thought, I'm not really sure what that is, you know. Give it a rattle. Maybe it's a pack of figures or something. Maybe someone sent me the wrong item. Can't think. You know, nothing would get here that quick. So I opens it up and pulls out. Oh yes, some 20-foot containers I won. Good price. Problem is, they're a wee bit small for HO scale. So I'm like, right, check the advert. Nothing on the advert, no description. Didn't even know Eve model. Done N scale containers. I'd been looking for containers, hence these came up in my page feed. But they're not in wagon accessories where you can categorise HO, N scale, whatever. It was in scenic materials. So I just checked the advert thoroughly, and no mention. There's a very, well, basically new, still in packet is the description. And I just assumed the way the photograph was with nothing in the background to scale it from, that they were the little 20-foot HO containers. But they're not. They're the little N scale 20-foot containers. Okay. So, option 1. Who do I know? There's an N scaler in Modern Image. More on that later. Well, there we are, another wet and miserable Monday. I got the sniffles. Oh yes. Plenty of paper for the fire. We have IHC kits. Now, if you remember that little row of houses I had that were all glued together, this is part of the same series of modules that you buy an individual house and then you can build up like a whole street. I don't presume that there's 100 kits and this is number 19 of 100, I don't know. They are not easily obtainable. I've seen these ones, I've seen a whole collection of these for sale assembled, but the guy's prices were a little bit optimistic, shall we say. That's the one I had. The colonial homes. And this one doesn't say what it is. Number 100. Don't know which series it is. But there was that one. this rear find. That'll give me a bit of change from the sort of generic signal boxes. I've got sort of 2 to go in, but I'm trying to sort of obviously keep each kit a different variation of a signal box. And another one of the homes. This is building number 11. Even get a choice of curtains with that one. Very posh. So yeah, more kits to go with the ever-growing collection of houses and bits and pieces. Well, this is either late night opening or early morning. Don't know when this will come up. Well, I've been sodding about all day with my central heating install and have finally got an operating. Fault me every way. Electrics, oil feed, water. If there is an issue that can arise, it has arisen. It could be an episode all on its own. But it is working now, touch wood. So, late night time to open my parcel. Just a few more MGRs. If you're going to have a coal mine and you're going to have a coal-fired power station, then you're going to need a bit of a theme. I haven't heard from that other guy that was on my live that was he'd got some surplus. He hasn't been in contact. If you are watching, if you're still got that surplus, I am still interested in my probably my penultimate, if not finale, purchase of these being a targeted item that I require. Obviously, if something's too good to be lost, refuse, you know. But yeah, I think we've got enough. But a few more wouldn't hurt. But yeah, I shan't be targeting them quite as diligently as I have been. We can move on to another target now, shall we say. Let's have a look, see how many we've got. Right, so we have 11. You might notice one's already in bits. So we got 3 with loads, although 2 are the wrong load. You can see the lip is sitting above. That's the correct Parkside load insert that you can buy, and this I think is probably for one of those, the old 21 ton double doored hoppers. It's been glued on, but I think I can probably pop them off and either modify them to fit like those, or I'll just I've got some more of these. If not, I'm gonna make it. I don't know whether to try and do a rubber casting of them. If I can get it out one-handed. Nope. Yeah, because that's all it is. So you can see obviously they've got an insert that sits there proud to reduce the amount of material during the mould. And or I could just try and cut a piece of hardboard like I had with those other ones. Looks about a couple of mil thick, because the other things are nearly sort of £1 a piece. Obviously, you know, they're made, so you haven't got your time producing something. Because what I'm going to do, obviously these ones need cleaning, but is to paint them with a glue and then sprinkle real coal dust, brushed up coal on top of them, which looks a little bit better than this stuff. Because this has obviously gone dusty, it's gone all matte. You can see those ones are got little glistening bits in from the clean bits, and then the dust has all got in the low points. So yeah, just something more cost effective than buying these, because they've gone up in price now. Being a Pico company, Pico seem to dodge the bullet, because we always criticise Hornby and Bachmann for their price increases, but Pico are taking the piss with some of their prices as well, particularly their track. I know nickel went up, but it also came down. Their bloody prices for track haven't. Now, I did pop the body off of this one because there is a very slight bow in the chassis frame. So one side was sort of sticking up a little bit. Not much, but I suppose I could have forced it and then glued it, but I don't like sort of putting glue where it was never intended to be. There is another one where they're the later plastic couplings. They use the same method of a single rivet, but it seems to have detached from that. It's one of these. You can see that one looks a little bit odd if it will focus, because I'm quite close to the camera. You can try and get the tubing of this little rivet back. I was contemplating on buying the rivets and the little tool, because normally I put a small nut and bolt through, but then obviously they protrude. They don't get in the way as long as you've got the nut on the bottom, and the head doesn't sort of get in the way of things like this where there's not a lot of clearance. But I have managed to recrimp some of the Holios. That one looks like it's about to pull out and all. They're not brilliant. I've got some screws which I bought, but these holes are too bloody big for the ready screws, because I was going to go to my nut and bolt place and just get a bag of the screws. So yeah, as you can see, they're quite dusty, so they need a clean. What I shall do with this one is just put one of those 1, 2, 3 blocks on it and see if that'll just flatten the curve. If not, I'll just I use my little blade here and use that up against the little centre pivot point, and you just twist it and these pop off without trying to twist and buckle the chassis to get them off. It works on a number of the Hornby variants with these wheel trucks. You just get your blade in there and butt it up against the centre pin and twist, and it pops them off without you fighting with the chassis, and then end up snapping bits off like that. As you can see, that's already been glued once before. I don't know whether the cyanoacrylate has caused the bowing, because it's right where that glue is, but yeah. So they were within my budgetary price range, which I was quite surprised about, because they were on a Sunday auction on eBay, which is normally silly season. So that's it for this segment, if not this video.